What's up, my aquas, and welcome or welcome back to Cards for Hire. My aquas, I keep hearing everybody. Yeah, I've been hearing it since last night, since I got off TikTok live last night. It's very interesting. And then as I shuffle the deck, community is at the bottom of the deck. So this could be indicative of a lot of people watching you. You could be center stage. This could also be indicative of social media. It's also something significant about either you are sitting and reaping the benefits of all that you have worked for, or people are sitting, stopping, and staring at you. And due to the fact that in tarot, the Aquarius is represented as the star, this could be very telling about your energy right now. And then I think in the song, they say, back streets back, all right. So you could be really coming into your own or returning to a level of confidence that you could have lost at one point in time, and people are really watching and admiring from afar or even close by. Okay, that's interesting as hell. All right, before we get into this, y'all know we got to pray before we eat. Divine, I thank you in advance. I ask for clarity, protection, as well as progression and connection. I ask for my gratitude and ask that my angels and guides protect me and mine on this vibe. Amen. Coral could be very significant. This coral color, I didn't know who or what I was going to be reading for prior to, and I decided to wear this dress like earlier. So the color coral reef could be significant. Somebody could be swimming in the coral reef. We are in July, so summer activities are very, very much so afoot. Okay. Entity attachment, interesting, and commitment. Somebody around you could be trying to hold you down or hold you back because they see that you are growing into yourself. Something about filling big shoes. Yeah, you could be following your ancestors' footsteps. You could be inheriting a bank or a business. A bank is crazy, okay? Intuitive Kev, yeah, somebody knows that you are going up on a Tuesday, okay? That's interesting. They might want to hold you back, entity attachment, or they might want to ride your coattails, so to speak. Yeah. If you just heard my child, ignore him. He's trying to avoid sleep. Somebody could be trying to avoid something. I'm hearing the word accolades. Something about your accolades. You're finally getting the acknowledgement that you have worked for. I don't even know if you've desired it as much. It kind of feels like you doing what you are meant to do is reward enough. Someone could also be very, very tired. Tired of holding something back, tired of keeping something afloat. Okay. What's the situation? Everybody. Yeah. Page of Wands and the Lovers. Okay. So something is significant here about someone taking action on a choice and or a lover. Yeah, Ten of Cups right here. And then the Ace of Wands. Absolutely. The page holds. Anytime you see a page, they are holding the Ace of insert the element. So yeah. The movie Elemental could be significant. You could be an Aquarius associated or dating or married to an, I was just about to say, an earth sign with the Knight of Coins. If I'm not mistaken, the opposite of, in my opinion, fire is obviously the opposite of water. However, I do believe, I'm gonna leave it. But yeah, you could be dating or affiliated with someone different than your sign, someone that's not an air sign. Okay. Knight of Coins. Somebody could possibly want to take something from you. I just heard bankrupt. Somebody might want to take some money from you, or somebody has gone bankrupt and so they need you in some way, shape, or form. Put this right here. Okay. All right. What's my Aqua's energy? What's the energy? Everybody. Three of Wands. Yeah, you're expanding. Okay. You made a plan, you followed through. Something about school is significant. I just saw a school bus, the Three of Cups. A whole lot of threes. I like that. You could be feeling very much so supported at this time, even if it's not by this person specifically. You could also be feeling drained by a commitment, by a relationship commitment, or commitment as far as your work goes. Something about someone being a nanny or a daycare director or something like that. A teacher could be significant. Yeah, I just saw the school bus. Okay, yeah, a teacher could be significant. Everybody, please listen up. Everybody, one, two, three, all eyes on me. Okay. Somebody's okay, so there's a teacher getting ready for school. School starts next month, so that makes sense. All threes, three of coins, support. Absolutely, working together with someone. You could be planning and working together with other teachers right now. What is it? Curriculum plans could be very significant. Okay. Okay, you could be a first year teacher, second year teacher. Put that where it goes. Can I have advice from my aquas, please? Humanitarian, you're ready and willing to give back. Knight of Wands, this is giving me dive in energy. Don't overthink it. Just go ahead and do. Queen of Cups. Mm. So you have been slowly but surely working towards something, planting seeds for something or in order to do something. You could have been a little nervous about this school year. Something's different about this school year. You could be freshly single, or this could be a fresh commitment, okay? Entity attachment. There is fear attached to this commitment. Let that fear go. Can I have one more for advice? Thank you. Empress. I love that. You've created this. Okay? Don't be scared now. Don't run scared now, Aquas. Nine of coins. And you might not have had support at one point in time. Maybe you've gotten this far without support of friends, of family, of a partner or something, a romantic partner or something like that. Yeah. So it feels like you've gotten this far by yourself, but it feels as though doing this by yourself is coming to an end. Okay. Something about being chosen as well. You could have been chosen for this opportunity or this position for a very specific reason. Someone could, yeah, someone felt as though you would be the perfect nurturer for the children or for this workplace, for this position. Clarify the page of wands and the lovers, please. Thank you. Six of coins, and it falls right on the three. So it feels as though you are entering a cycle. When I tell you three of wands, three of cups, three of coins, three of swords, you've definitely been hurt in some way, shape, or form. Possibly due to the fact that others were not reciprocating what it was that you were giving. So you always overworked yourself or overextended yourself. I also just heard the word incapacitated. Okay, somebody needs to drink more water. Can I have one more? Thank you. Page of Cups. Yes, is very, there's something to do with imagination, creation, creativity. You might find that you are able to better implement your creativity within this new job, within this new workplace, this new area, this new field. Somebody could have, you could be pivoting into this position. You could have possibly been like an office clerk or in a cubicle or something like that. And so you're entering a new environment, Aquas, energetically or physically. And it's all because of a choice that you decided to take. The risk of it all. Okay. All right. Clarify this Knight of Coins. Yeah, you could have taken your knowledge, your wisdom, your money, your accolades, and decided to focus on something else. Page of Swords. And like I said, people have been watching you do this. They've been watching you put in effort. They've been watching you sow seeds. And now it's time for you. It really feels as though you are attracting in what it is that you want. You are the creator of your reality. Oh, I love this. Clarify the Three of Wands. Yeah, Three of Wands. And the Six of Wands. The Three of Wands, she's by herself. He is by himself. And then we have Three of Cups and the Three of Pentacles. So yeah, so now you could be getting more acquainted with the idea of working with others because you've been in survival mode in isolation for quite some time. Six of Wands, and it kind of came out on its side. So six to the three, it feels as though you're questioning this, but something is going to be multiplied. It feels as though as As promising as this journey has been on your own, you are going to be able to multiply twice as fast with the help of others. Everybody. Yeah. You're gonna something about a soundboard could be very significant. You're gonna have people to bounce ideas off of, brainstorming meetings. Hmm. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Lord. King of coins, all right. Under the guise of someone that has already, that could possibly already be in a place that you are. And this is the thing, if you are a teacher, if you are jumping into something new, this isn't where you want to stop. You want to keep growing. You want to definitely benefit from upward mobility in some way, shape, or form. And so this group of people, you guys are being led by someone that has done, that has been where you've been, that has done the work to get there. So it kind of feels as though this person that you guys are under, or that you will be under, is definitely going to benefit you in more ways than one. Something about picking someone's brain could be very significant. Clarify the Three of Cups. Yeah, you've battled for long enough by yourself. Three of Cups. Oh, my aquas. It's given, I don't do well with other people. I don't like group projects. Strength. I can do it on my own. You don't have to do it on your own anymore, aquas. So it feels as though you've definitely been hurt in some way, shape, or form. Specifically when it comes to threes, you could have been the odd person out. Somebody could be a triplet. I think they say sometimes triplets are twins plus one. So yeah, you could have been always the one that was ostracized though. And so there's a bit of anxiety here due to the fact that you will need to lean on people, especially when it comes to the school, to the educator field, because I'm not, subject teachers have to work with special education teachers, and coaches have to work with the subject teachers, and things of that nature could be very significant. And you got to work with the deans and things of that nature. Okay. Mm. And this is the thing, Aquarius originally rules the 11th house, and the 11th house assists with the 10th house, the house of career. Hmm. The house of how, the 10th house dictates or rules over how people see you, how you are viewed in the community. Community was at the bottom. Yeah. Okay. Wheel of Fortune. The time has passed, the cycle has closed, where you have to constantly look over your shoulder and question whether or not somebody has your best interests at heart. It kind of feels like you guys are coming together for the children, or coming together for a singular goal. So you really don't have to worry about somebody trying to one up you to get ahead. I mean, of course, there could be people that want to look better in front of the boss or what have you, but it really feels as though you're going to have to work together as a team. No part is bigger or better than the system, if that makes sense. The high priestess, yeah. Something about you being needed, you needing to follow your intuition. And you could have always been intuitively led in some way, shape, or form. That could have definitely caused jealousy and or envy in the past. And then we have divine masculine. Don't be surprised if a promising relationship comes out of this. Okay, we did have the lovers. You could have a lover trying to spin the block in some way, shape, or form. They could have added to your, what's the word I'm looking for? Your doubts about third party situations. Yeah. Knight of Wands, please for advice. Thank you. Page of Coins in reverse. Mm. There's something about not moving too fast before you have all of your ducks in a row, or before you have all of the information, adequate information. We got 3 pages out here. There's a lot of young energy. Somebody could definitely be a teacher. Ace of Coins, okay. We got the Strength in reverse. the Nine of Swords, and the Tower in reverse. It feels as though you're wondering if you've properly learned your lesson. Will I be able to see the red flags and detach myself? Will I be able to see the red flags and separate myself from the people, places, and or things that wish me no good? It feels as though you are questioning your strength. Now we had strength at the bottom and it was upright. It feels as though you could be wondering if you would have to rebuild again. It's like I've stopped and started so many things. I really don't want to have to do that again, especially because it feels like you're really being called to step into this new energy, into this new journey. And so you're wondering, can I stay here? Is this going to be a right fit for me? It's really given like new energy, new teacher, new prospect, new mentor, something like that is significant. Everybody, yeah. Everybody needs to be on board with this. There's something about a cog in the machine. If someone feels like as if they're bigger than the program, then it won't work. Aquas, you may be put and or placed into this situation because you have the adequate skills to properly delegate, okay? You could be being placed in a leadership position in some way, shape, or form. Or at the very least, you will eventually. Somebody's going to pick up on the fact that you have tact, you have professionalism, you have a rational mindset, you are an air sign. Clarify the Queen of Cups. Thank you. Ace of Cups in reverse. Okay, there could be a Queen of Cups, somebody that is seemingly very nurturing. Could be a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, and they might come in and possibly deter you from starting something new. They could, it's almost feeling as if somebody has always had a specific position. I just heard religion too. Okay, you could want to come in and change a lot, but it's not because you think it would, you think you know better. It's more so because you see the problems that other people aren't able to see, or other people aren't strong enough to identify, and then therefore are willing to change or have the skill set to change. Somebody doesn't want something new though. Ace of Cups. Somebody's like, well, we've always done it like this, you know? So just be aware of that. Just keep that in mind. The number 3 is very significant. A guy just rode by on his bike. There was a 3 on his jersey. And then this could also be indicative of you needing to remember that you are supported in the ethers, regardless if you are supported in the 3D, okay? One monkey don't stop no show. Queen of Swords, that's you, Aquas. Queen of Swords, Judgment, and the 7 of Coins. So like I said, you're rational. You're going to come in and have a rational mind and say, you know what? If this hasn't worked out this far, if we're still missing quotas, missing margins, I don't even know if I'm using that right, missing something, then perhaps we should try another way. You're the person that comes in and says, insanity is doing the same thing more than once and expecting a different result. And some people are comfortable with not being able to hit all the marks, but it feels as though you're going to come in and at the very least get closer to all of the marks. Does that make sense? Especially when it comes to a particular subject. You might be able to have, you might be able to, you might have the skill set to come in and assist. You could be the dean, okay? But you might be able to come in and assist everybody with what they could do better. So that means if you are a teacher, then the subjects and the levels that need to be met will be higher. So if math is a weak spot in this school, you could come in and assist that. I'm not saying that you have to or are going to make it perfect, especially not the first year. But we can jump from 30% to 80% people for passing, you know what I mean? Especially if it comes to high school. High school could be significant, but I'm kind of picking up like elementary or middle school. Okay. Yeah, 7 of Pentacles. Because they've put in all this work, they've been patiently waiting, but nothing's changing because nothing's changing. Okay? They're like, well, this is the system that we've always had, and da 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 da. Okay, and we're still waiting for the same change that we've been waiting for since 1995. What's good? Okay. The Empress, please, and thank you. Ten of Cups in reverse. All right. Mm. It feels as though, okay, so at first it might feel as though you are creating disharmony because of everything that is changing. You could be the new person on the job or joining the team. And so at first, the harmony could definitely be lacking. But the tower has got to fall. Someone doesn't want the tower to fall. It's going to have to fall in order for you guys to appropriately rebuild. Amen. Queen of Wands and the Four of Coins. Interesting. Okay, with the Queen of Wands here, this could also be indicative of a relationship falling apart, and you now becoming single. Somebody could be married in this situation, even though I haven't seen the King of Pentacles. Well, I have, but it didn't come out, or the King or the Queen. But we do have the Queen of Swords, which is a detached individual. A lot of times she is the divorcee. Okay. So if this is a relationship, then I'm saying that you are used to being a heart-centered person, more so moving from a place of nurturing, compassion, empathy, and things of that nature. And you may find that that definitely hasn't done you well or hasn't benefited you in the workplace or in a particular relationship or something like that. So you've had to opt to be more rational and choose to do something different. This Queen of Cups could definitely be you. Put it where it goes. And then when we have the Empress, the Ten of Cups in reverse is a relationship or a family dynamic kind of being put on its head. Somebody could be being put out on their ass. That's what I just heard. Out of the house or something like that. And then we have the Queen of Wands and the Four of Coins. Queen of Wands a lot of times gives me single energy, very potent energy, powerful, ambitious, good looking. Amen. And then we have the Queen of Coins, wanting to keep the things that you value, or somebody wants to keep the things that they value, maintain, keep their energy to themselves, not necessarily over giving or overextending because you want more. Somebody here wants more. Apples could be very significant. Um, and if you don't want to get down with me, you don't want to be from my apple tree. And if you don't want to get down with me, you don't want to be down. Yeah, Erica Badu could be significant, but that song Apple Tree. Okay. Pick your friends wisely in this new area, in this new environment. Pick your friends wisely. Some people might want to cuddle up to you just so they can get the scoop on you. That's interesting. Okay. The Magician, and they can manipulate the energy. They can make you out to be whatever it is that they want you to be. This is giving me the energy of a nice mean girl, and she's cool with everybody. He or she is cool with everybody, and so they get to know you, and then they're going around to the people that have been there for years. And they're like, yeah, but da 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 da. It's like kind of sneak dissing in a way. Yeah, well, I just hope they can keep up or something like that, you know? High Priestess, yes, follow your intuition. Follow your intuition in this new space. And if you don't want to get down with me, you don't want to be from my apple tree. You just don't want to be down. Yeah. Okay. Closing out for my aquas. Pay attention to threes, aquas. Thank you. Why be unhappy when your soul is in full bloom? Health, spiritual growth, choosing happiness. This is giving me the energy of you have worked hard, you have manifested this opportunity. Don't worry about the things that you can't do, the things that you are unfamiliar with, or any of that. You just got the very thing that you've been hoping, wishing, and praying for. Celebrate that. Okay? Celebrate that. Why worry twice? Get there, cross that bridge when you get there, okay? I was like, am I going to be liked? Are they going to want to work with me? Something about a move could be significant. Let yourself be pulled, be drawn by the pull of what you truly love. Divine purpose, mission in life, being guided. Whatever it is that you have just started, you are being guided. You're meant to be there. You're meant to be in those rooms. There's something significant about your name being in rooms that you hadn't entered yet. and that feels like the past. So now people have been discussing and talking about you, or discussing you way before you even were able to enter this room. Everybody. What you seek is seeking you. Believe, focus, intent meets with destiny. Wherever it is that you are, wherever it is that you are going, you earned your spot. Don't let nobody talk you out your shit. Aquas. I love y'all so much. I hope that helped. If you have any questions for me or would like a personal reading, check the description box down below. And as always, stay fly, aim high.